Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and having good health. In our today's topic, we are going to discuss about the solubility of the solute into the solvent. So, by definition, the solubility is mainly number of grams of solute. It is the number of grams of solute that get dissolved in 100 gram of solvent we have to prepare its saturated solution. So this is known as mainly the solubility of the solutions. It's mean if we have a solute and we have to add the solute in the solution up to the mark that we have just gain a solution that is saturated. It's mean the solution is having no more capacity to dissolve the solute. So this is known as total the solubility of the solution, and we will check the solubility by total amount of solvent. It must be 100 grams. So the concentration of a saturated solution is referred to as solubility. Simply, the concentration of saturated solution, it is referred to as the term which is solubility of the solution. Basically, mainly the main principle for the solubility of the solution we have, it is the like dissolve like. What does mean by the like dissolve like? If we have a look on the previous lessons where we have two types of the compounds, we have polar and we have non-polar substances. So if we take the solute and solvent, they must be polar and non-polar. On the dependence of their nature, that what is the nature of the solute and solvent, we may be able to tell about the solubility of the compound, that whether the solubility will be greater or whether the solubility will be less. So let's have a look on that what are the main factors on which the solubility will depends, or which factors can affect the solubility of the substances. So we have a lot of factors that can affect the solubility of the different substances in the solvent. So the number one factor that we have, it is the nature of solute, that what will be the nature of solute, then what will be the solubility of the solutions. Then we have nature of solvent, that what will be the nature of the solvent, whether it get dissolved in the solution or not. So mainly after that we have the factor which is temperature, and the fourth one factor we have pressure. So all these four factors will affect the solubility of different substances. Let's have a look on it. So the first one factor which we have, it is the nature of solvent. Nature of the solvent means when the molecules of the solute are similar, as first of all we have to look on the structure of molecules of solute. If they are similar to these molecules of the solvent, means both the structure and properties of the molecules of the solvent are similar, then the solubility will be greater, because we know the formula that is like dissolve like. So to follow that formula, we have to know the structure of the molecules of the solute and also their properties. For example, for this, we have sodium chloride, NaCl. Basically, it's an ionic compound as well as it is polar compound. So it has its solubility greater in polar solvents. Now, what are the polar solvents? The polar solvents, we have water. So sodium chloride has greater solubility in water as compared to the non-polar solvents. When we get dissolve NaCl in non-polar solvents, and the non-polar solvent, the main example for non-polar solvent, we have benzene, that is C6H6. Its solubility is less. So, if we have both the solute and solvent in polar form, then the solubility will be greater. On the other hand, if they are one is in polar state and the other is non-polar state, then the solubility will be less. Next, we have the nature of the solute. So, let's have a look at how the nature of the solute will affect the solubility. The nature of solute also affects the solubility. If a solute is changed, for example, we have a solute and that solute is changed and the solvent remains the same and we keep the solvent same, then what is going to be happen, the solubility of the solute also changes. Then the solubility of solute, it is going to be change. Then why it is going to be changed? Because if we have a sodium chloride, or another example, we may have same, we keep the NaCl. First, we was dissolving it in water, then the solubility will be high, or we can say that the solubility will be more. But on the other hand, we have the same solute. On the other hand, we have changed the solvent from water to carbon tetrachloride CCl4. Now, the solubility will be less, or we can say that the solubility will be low. So, solubility depends upon the nature of the solute as well. We have to look on the general formula, that is like dissolve, like when we are going to talk about the solubility of different substances. So this is all about today's lecture. In the next we will study about the solute and solvent interaction, that when we are going to do the solubility, then how the solute and solvent are going to be interact with one another. So for that time, have a good day and Allah Hafiz.